Hello and welcome to another update video on Coinbase. So the Coinbase chart has developed quite well over recent weeks. We were tracking bearish setups, 1-2 setups to the downside, and I was quite confident about this third of a third wave to the downside after we saw here obviously a 1-2 setup, and then there was another micro 5 wave move to the downside, which I have not labeled in addition. But the market, crashed down basically. It was a good reward to risk ratio for anybody who wanted to take a short trade here, even though short trades, as you know, they are always very, very risky. And so now the price has reached here the Fibonacci support levels that we talked about in the previous video. Specifically here, the 38.2 retracement at $286 was relevant, clearly. And there was a whole range of Fibonacci clusters. So let me tidy that up a little bit. But basically, we reached a first key level. So to maintain some confidence in this directly bearish downside structure in a downside impulse, the price should ideally not break decisively above the $320 level. There's maybe also a bit of structural resistance just above it, around $325, this swing high from Thursday the 6th. But overall, there is now a bounce and a test of resistance, and to keep a downside impulse structure alive, the price should hold below $320. I'm quite neutral about whether, this is, for example, already this fourth wave and we just get one more low, or if we get two more lows. We'll have to see how the market then reacts after the next pullback. For now, all eyes need to be on this resistance area this week. And as I said before, ideally we would get a little bit more downside, which we did. Which we did after the last video. The price did what it needed to do. And then once we get the first test of resistance, this will be the stress test for the bears. And a break above resistance then, which we will have to adjust, right, based on the low, which I have done. It's now at $320, 310 to 320. By the way, it's now testing the 38.2 retracement at 310, which is an ideal target for a fourth wave usually. But anyway, we've tested resistance. A break above resistance, those were my words, would not necessarily be bullish, but it will be less directly bearish. We would need a proper setup for higher prices. Then we can be bullish. For example, what would that be? That would be a 5 wave move up. I can currently only see 3 waves up. I can see 1, 2, 3. If we get 5 waves up above resistance and a 3 wave move down, then this could be a bullish setup. I just wouldn't quite, it would just be a bit unclear which pattern it would be. It doesn't really look like a completed structure here to the downside. We could carefully track higher prices then, but what I would say is, based on the structure that we see here, the C wave down I'm currently tracking as a downside impulse. I would also not rule out that this turns into some kind of a more complex C wave, maybe in the form of a diagonal pattern, maybe as wave 1, wave 2, A wave down, B wave up, C wave down, and so it could be a bit more choppy. In that case then, these swing highs will be relevant at around $372 and $361 from end of October. But for now, all eyes, and this is going to be the first check, and I will make an update once we have a decision, how the price reacts to resistance. It will depend on the crypto sector for sure as well. Bear in mind there are some catalysts incoming, for example, government shutdown. It will end at some point. So that could be short-term bullish, could shift the focus to higher prices. And if we break above 320, then the swing highs there could be tested next, right? These are the next structural resistances. That's the update on Coin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.